Hello again, folks, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy V. I'm your Game Master Darius. I'm not yet jumping into this next episode's recording, but I am pointing something out. First off, just kind of incidental grinding as I'm looking through this ship graveyard because, I seem to have missed a thing right here, which is a nice thing, a flail. Who can equip the flail? Can you equip the flail? Cannot. So I'm gonna guess yes. It is Lena's weapon. Mace, even mages can wield. There's also another thing that I had found. I'm actually rather glad that I came back for the flail because that makes grinding a little bit easier too. Because look at that, Ferris does 60, and now she can whop someone for, well, only 30, but it's a lot faster of an animation than doing her cure casting. Anyways, there's also one other thing I had found, but I'm going to just point it out because I've already found it, and I've got so many daggers now. God damn skeletons. So many of them. God, so many daggers. Anyways, one other thing I had found while I was exploring down here. So these guys were what this party right here of monsters is the one that I want the most to find because they grant 2 ABP. They're a little bit slow to kill in comparison, but you know, it's neither here nor there. Yep, 2 ABP, which is what we want. And then down here, if you check this chest, there's 990 gil inside of it. Not that I really needed it that much, considering how much grinding I'm going to be doing until the heat death of the universe, but hey, it's good to know. Just wanted to point those 2 things out before actually starting proper the next video because, well, I'm also going to be changing out classes and all that fun stuff and be like, hey, where the hell did that flail come from? This is where. So Blue Mage has to officially be one of the worst goddamn classes to try to use, I swear to freaking God. Now that I'm done that grind for a little bit. So here's the thing. I decided that I was going to have Bart remain a knight for foreseeable future. Lena I switched over to a monk so that she can start punching things to death, which honestly, trying to use with a blue mage in the party has been one of the most annoying things, I will not lie. Galuf I changed to a blue mage because I saw that there were in fact some monsters that I could be learning blue magic from, which blue magic is basically just monster magic, monster abilities and whatnot. Like the goblin punch we saw before, that was monster magic. There's some frustration when it comes to blue magic, by the way. And then we got Ferris I changed into a knight so that she could start improving her physical prowess. She's also still monstrously faster than the rest of the party. So yeah, that should be fun. Anyways, so the thing with the blue magic is that once... the caveat is that you have to have a character with the blue magic school or the learning ability. I don't know if I have to have it on in order to learn it, but I'm going to try now because I'm annoyed. When you have learning on, then you can learn certain spells and abilities from monsters. Goblin Punch being an example, Bloodsuck being a steel bat ability that we could have gotten as well. And these Gatling creatures actually have an ability too, as do the Bighorns. They have one, I think, called Horn. But the Gatling, we have to provoke. Now, the downside is that the Gatling or whatever ability needs to be cast on the mage in question. So we can try to keep this thing alive, or we can proceed to keep on trying to go against something else. I think maybe it only has the ability to needle a party member once. Let me double check my information here. Man, I really hate looking up old goddamn game facts at some points. One guide kind of shows the monster abilities like all of them can be learned. Another one's just like, nope, this is your list. Anyways. Oh, nope, that was it. I think I should be able to deal with everything when I get into the thing. Annoyingly, I had missed that some of the monsters in the Wind Shrine are able to actually do some learnable abilities. We'll get to that when we get to that. Welcome to North Mountain. It kind of sucks. I did do a little bit of grinding here at the North Mountain just to make sure that I don't, you know, miss anything per se. Try to steal from stuff and whatnot. Annoyingly, let's see. We have rock slugs. They're pretty middling. Galacats, which we saw before. Cockatrices, which, God, I really hope they don't have the ability that I think they do. And headstones. Headstones, I actually did encounter quite a few in order to steal their silver specks, in order to get the silver specks, which I stole a lot of. 4, specifically. Because each of the silver specks prevents blindness when it's equipped. God, Lena, you are ridiculous. Just gonna grab some stuff. Oh yeah, monks in this have the ability Kick, which, as you can see, does damage to all the enemies, much like Yang does from Final Fantasy IV. It does more damage to the front row than it does the back row, naturally, because it is a melee attack. And yes, all of these monsters do drop potions. So no, I will not be stealing from these monsters. The only ones that seem to be of worth are the headstones, simply because they can be stolen from and get a high potion instead, which is better healing. Yeah, I'm pretty much now at the point of this game where I'm, at the moment, just utterly destroying everything with kicking and attacking regularly. We will need to do some actual plotting and planning and shit later on, but for now, it's as simple as going forth and murdering everything we see. Murdered. 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 Okay, so these plants are poisonous. Don't step on them. Oop, yep, there's a cockatrice. Please attack the cockatrice before it does something untoward. Well, apparently not that. I won't lie, without a guide, most everything in Final Fantasy 4 and 5 would have just been me straightforward moving through the game, because I have no clue about half, if any, of the things in this game. Anyways, we've been back attacked. Great. Starting to think I should have had that ability on when I stopped being a fifth. I could switch rows. I think we got this though. That's beak. I turned to stone. That really sucks. It was gold needle, right? Good. Aloof, do the murder. Please do the murder again. Faster. Harder. Don't use the other gold needles that we have. And that is why those things are and I've been poisoned. And that is why those things are freaking terrifying. If your entire party is pecked to petrification, that's it. Game over. And I don't think they count as living when they leave a battle either, so they are permanent. They are dead. Boom, 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 boom. Now, I'm going to save, and before we go into this next area, I have to double check two things. One moment. So, the reason why I'm currently in a fight is because these guys actually have an ability that would be really nice to learn. It's just that they do not have the MP to cast it. So he needs to use Flash. I also need to remember that that I'm on wait, so as long as one of my characters can... Yeah, there it is. I don't know how the hell they're affected by darkness, seeing as they all have those aforementioned Who's-a-Madoozits, but we learned Flash. Yeah, how the hell were you all affected by it? Oh. Wait, when? Why did I... It's fine. So, yeah, these are the silver specks that I stole from them in the first place. And annoyingly, they're... I don't know. Sometimes it works, sometimes the auto-equipped stuff does work, sometimes it does not, and it's annoying. And we really can't kill you. Because everyone's flipping blind. Except for Bart. And because you're in the back row, you're going to be a pain in the ass. This is what we like to call a no-win situation. Because everyone's blind and I don't have a heal for it. And annoyingly, I also used an elixir in order to get that goddamn spell to work. The things I do for some relatively useful abilities. Seriously, blinding the entire enemy party? That's just beautiful. It's wonderful. Fantastic. I don't know why the hell no one can seem to hit the cockatrice, though. I encountered like 3 cockatrices before finding those stone heads. And now I'm sitting here going like, yep. Annoyed. Careful of the flowers. Encounter a cockatrice. Hope you don't get someone that gets pecked. Cool. Please tell me that when I use a tint, it also completely heals all statuses. Because I'd like to be able to use my statuses. Good, it does. Nope, not quick save, regular save. I switched Lina to White Mage for that fight because I swear to God, if they ended up hitting her and she counters after using an elixir again, yes, I had to do that several times and just reloaded because elixirs are valuable, I would have screamed. Could swap her back to a monk. Give her back her... Yeah, give her back white. Oh yeah, annoyingly it did not equip her with the anti-blindness abilities. I'm gonna save one more time just so as I don't have to do that switch over again. And time for a bit of an annoyance. Father's helmet. Lena is struck by a poison arrow. Lena! Oh, I came here after that windrake, but seems like I've caught something even more valuable. Wait, you'd hunt a windrake? Of course, their horns fetch a high price on the black market. Oh. I see you've caught no less than the Princess of Tycoon. Yes, you'll make a lovely souvenir for my husband. Let her go, you addle-pated, foul-complexioned scoffle. Jesus. Ferris! Oops, I guess he slipped. Pity. What? Ferris is kind of a badass, by the way. Lena, hang on. Oh, annoying little twerps ruining my plans. Fine, it just means I'll have to crush all 4 of you. So I'm dropping a save state here because this is going to be a pain in the tuchus. We are going to want to start protecting people ASAP. She really doesn't have anything of value besides potions, annoyingly. But we can at the least attempt to flash. Maybe it's different per version, I don't know. I don't know if that affected her. So, that was arrow. We won't know if we will... Why am I stealing? There's nothing else to steal. We won't know if there's anything that we've learned until after the combat, annoyingly. So, honestly, we should probably just start kicking her ass. But yeah, Arrow is one of those spells that we can learn as a blue mage. I went too far down. The level we're at, it should be easy peasy. Although I want to wait. Honey, come take out the trash. Dear Jesus. He's larger than I recall. Can I steal anything from you? Nothing to steal. Okay. I think there's only stuff that he can drop. Sam will flash them both. If I remember her husband, Forza, is pretty much... that hurt. Pretty much just a dude that is full of pain. And of course, she casts Regen on him too. And yes, even if you kill Magisa beforehand, you still have to kill Forza. And yep, more of the annoying spells to cast in order to make me die. So, I'm pretty much just hoping that I will learn Arrow at the end of this combat. Yes! It worked. Power drink and whips. Ferris, thank you. I'm going back to save. Because I'd rather not have to do that fight again if something goes awry. But yeah, Arrow is a spell that we could have learned back in the Wind Tower, go figure. Deals wind damage. So yeah, now Galoof has a pretty neat and fairly effective, as far as I remember, spell in order to cast. Yeah. Kick. Steal. Damn. Mind you, he's also dead last, so that means he's pretty much only going to be able to use it if everyone else misses. Cockatrice! I really feel like I should have stolen more needles off of the Gatling enemies. How are you? He's hurt pretty bad. Hear you. Don't worry, I'll take care of you. Little, where are you going? Don't come any closer. We'll be fine. Just must reach the dragon grass. Give the dragon grass to Hairyu. Quickly. Please get well. My stars and garters, you're out of your gourd, young lady. That was insanely reckless. Venomous poisoning is cured. Hairyu, thank you. Looks like you're both hale and hearty again. Let's settle up. Actually, don't really like heights. Let's laugh at his completely legitimate fear. What's so funny? Your face, kiddo. Anyways, get on. We got a Durgan. It flies. We can actually, no. I was going to say we can go over mountains, but we can't. We are honestly, though, going to take a quick pit stop here. Back in Carwin to rest. And double check something before we leave off to the next area, because it is very much one of those things where if we go off now, we're very much not going to be able to return for a bit. Don't know how long of a bit, but it's going to be a bit. I'm still kind of kicking myself in the teeth over that freaking Who's-a-Badoo's-it, but it's fine. So, y'all give me a hot second. Sometimes it's honestly just easier to learn a spell by having everyone turn into a blue mage. Seriously, it was annoying. So what I had done is I went back, because I can now that I have Hairyu, both to this cave and to the goblins, where I was able to learn the ability Vampire from these guys and Goblin Punch from the goblins. No duh. And leave for a second, because Hairyu is able to not fly over mountains, but is able to fly over these lowland areas. So I was able to go back and get Goblin Punch, which is fantastic. The only caveat was that at first I believed that they primarily attack the dude that's at the topmost. I think this is wrong, but I could be wrong on that regard too. But yeah, now I've learned Flash, Arrow, Goblin Punch, which changes with how much damage you do. It's weird. I don't remember how exactly it works. And then Vampire, which absorbs HP from one enemy, which will be nice in the long run, theoretically. That's plot. We're not going to go to plot just yet. I want to. Trust me, I do. But I think I'm going to stick around here for a little bit, grind up. Now that everyone is at least one little itty bitty little teeny bit into freaking Blue Mage, I'm going to get everyone at least level 2 in Blue Mage, because it annoys me. Look at all these guys. Look at them all with their abilities to hurt me. But yeah, it's honestly a lot easier to do any sort of grind for the blue mage by having everyone be a blue mage. It's just that it's obnoxious because not every time will it even be worth a damn, because you don't know who has blue magic until you finally get hit by a blue magic thing. And unfortunately, that means a lot of monsters just casually being able to hit you all the time. How many more fights? One more. And everyone else will go back to being a monk, a knight, and a knight. Knight, monk, knight. I only really need one person to have learning, and it needs to be that person with learning in order to get hit to learn the thing. So, annoyingly, check, check, check. I believe check makes it so as you can check what it is that they can do. Let me double check that. Yep, checking enemies' HP, which is neat. In that time, by the way, when I had been grinding with Galuf as the Soul Blue Mage, she learned Chakra as a monk, which is a really cool ability. Let's see. You finally learned to? No. No, you learned to equip Shield. Which is neat, but there's better abilities. Galuf had learned Black. No. Blue? I think your blue just automatically levels up as you do. Yeah, I think that's the case. I think you just learned... Nah, whatever. And Ferris had learned one other ability. I think she learned Two-Handed and Vigilance. I've just not used either so far because sometimes it's nice to just be able to do the who the how, I don't know where I'm at right now. I'm going to go ahead and call an episode here. When we return, we're going to head over to the next kingdom of Tycoon, where we will be able to, presumably, continue the plot. And let me just quickly change everyone back over. You've already... I forget, do knights automatically get two... Nah, I'm just going to equip you with two-handed. And the frickin' silver specs. I don't know why why the game does not prioritize the silver specs. And she should already have Chakra's ability? I could be wrong, though. Galuf stay there. What else is there to learn as a knight or thief? I'm gonna turn her back into a thief. And we've already got steel, so why don't we give you guard? No. Give you vigilance, just so as we don't ever suffer from back attacks. Anyways, gonna save and call an episode. When we return, proceeding with the plot as it is. Thank you everyone so very much for watching. I hope you're all enjoying this series as much as I'm enjoying playing it. And as always, I hope to see you all in the next video. Take care. Cheers.